So I've taken my fashion brand from 0 to 7 figures across the last 4 years. And if I had to start again in 2026, this is exactly how I would launch. Okay, so number one, I would build in public. And this is exactly what I did in the early days of my business. As soon as I knew that I wanted to start a fashion brand, I went onto TikTok, I went onto Instagram, and I started sharing my ideas. Now, I had actually failed my fashion brand twice before. Complete flop. No one bought both of my collections. And then I got this advice from someone. She was another brand owner, and I was telling her about my idea, and she said, get onto TikTok and start sharing your journey. And at the time, I was like, TikTok, isn't that for kids? No, my dear, it was an absolute gold mine. This was, about 4 years ago, and people were just starting to do that very much founder content. And so I would go onto TikTok and I would share that, guys, I'm going to be launching my brand later this year. This is the vibe. And when I said that, I would literally show the visuals. I would do mood boards of the brand world that I was creating. And so at the time, I was very much looking at travel. I was looking at a lot of colorful statement outfits in the summertime. And so I would go onto Pinterest and I would pull all these cool vibey images and I would create these mood boards. And guys, people loved it. We were going viral from like day one because people absolutely loved these visuals. They wanted to be a part of the brand that I was creating. And so it's so important that before you even get your samples, before you even start sketching, you can start to show the vibe of your brand. Simply go onto TikTok. Hey guys, I'm launching my brand this summer. I'm building a brand with this vibe. I'd love to know your thoughts. This is the kind of content that is going to actually attract your dream customer. Then I would show every progress that happened in my business. I was showing everything from our samples, our swing tags. I would go onto social media and be like, help me pick a logo, help me pick the color you prefer. When you start to build in public, it allows you to actually get an engaged community, and the community is going to help you build your first drop. You do not have to make these decisions by yourself. If you're unsure of what color to go for, what print to go for, if you start to build in public, they are going to give you feedback. And this is really going to build your confidence, because after I had failed about 2 times before, I was definitely very scared to try and start my brand again. But once I saw the reception that it was getting, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is really, really helping me to feel confident and to keep going. So do not build all alone, in your house or wherever you're working. Get a camera out and start to talk about your brand. Share your story. You'll be surprised. People want to know your story. They want to know your inspiration. They want to know about you and why you have made this decision to start a fashion brand. And it's so exciting because you want to build a community. You want to build a community before you actually launch. This is what is going to allow you to get sales on day one. And after I had failed twice, when we finally launched, I think it was August of 2021, we made £5,000 on day one, which is about $6,000. And for me, that was incredible because both times before it had flopped. And that was more than my monthly salary that we made in one day, because we built a community before we actually launched anything. So please do not think that you can just launch your brand and you've just got 100 followers. No. Build in public, grow your community. And guys, at the end of every piece of content, you are going to lead your community to sign up for a wait list. This is exactly what we did, which you call a call to action. So we had a CTA, call to action, at the end of every single piece of content. Guys, if you love this, join our wait list. Coming this August, join our wait list. By the time you actually have your stock and you send that email, you've actually got people within your community, within your email list. And that is what is going to guarantee sales in day one. So guys, make sure to do this. You want to show your sketches, your samples, your fabrics Get that feedback. Do not do this in silo. Do not do this alone. Do this in public. Build in public. Okay, so if I was launching my brand again 2026, I would make sure to fully understand and be completely obsessed with my dream customer. It is not okay to start designing clothes, start thinking about how you're going to market your brand without fully knowing who your dream customer is. Guys, we made 6K on day one of our launch. But if I'm honest, after that, the sales tailed off. It got very slow. And that was because the clothes that we had created, yes, they were really gorgeous to look at, but not enough of our customers actually wanted to wear that. And that was because although I did a customer profile, it wasn't in depth enough. So you have to make sure to understand your customer. Number one, actually understand her aesthetic and what she is currently wearing. Is she wearing denim? Is she wearing dresses? Are they short? Are they long? What kind of fabrics is she wearing? All of this is going to help you to know what you should actually make for your brand. Guys, I cannot tell you enough. Can you believe that when we launched our brand, we had no stretchy pieces in our collection? We were doing denim, we did some loungewear, but all the kind of going out clothes had no stretch. If I had actually really done enough research, I would have realized that our customer loves a stretchy top. She loves a stretchy dress. And we had none of that. But once I went back to the drawing board and I really looked and became obsessed with our target customer, then I started to understand what music she's listening to, the places she's actually going. Where is she going on vacation? What restaurants is she going to? Is she having a brunch? Is she going for date night? These are the kind of things you need to research. So you need to get on Instagram, you need to get on TikTok, and you need to start looking at what the girlies are wearing and what they are doing. Once you understand this, create for yourself a customer profile. And when you get to the design stage, put this in front of you. Constantly ask yourself throughout the design process, will my customer actually wear this? And if so, where is she going to wear it to? You have to ask yourself, get in the rhythm of asking yourself these questions so that as you're going through this process, it's going to allow you to see that actually, I don't think this is quite right. Maybe I should change it here to make it a bit more wearable. Okay, because at the end of the day, you're not just creating pretty clothes to look at. People actually need to wear this. Once I became obsessed with my customer, that is what really, really helped our brand grow. And every time we would do a new launch, it would do better and better as time went on because we really understood our customer. So make sure before you even get to designing, get obsessed with your customer and research what she is about. Okay, so number 3, make sure to invest in good tech packs. Now, tech packs include your design and all the details that make up that design, from the measurements, the fabrics, to all the key details and accessories. And it's so important that if you get a good tech pack and you send that to your factory, that ensures that your first sample will come out more like the actual design. I cannot tell you, if you don't invest in getting a good tech pack of your design, this is just going to waste time and it is going to delay the process of getting a good sample. When I have invested in a tech pack, it has meant that my first sample only needs a bit of alterations, and therefore this is why I highly recommend doing this. Now, if it's not something you can create yourself, then definitely get a freelance designer to help you with this tech pack. Then number 3, once you've got your tech pack, you're happy with your designs, it is time to find your manufacturer. And I don't care what no one says, Alibaba is an amazing platform to use to get your manufacturer. All my factories have been found on Alibaba and they are great quality. They've been really good to work with. I actually went to China earlier this year in May and I met my factories for the first time, and guys, it was absolutely awesome to see all the processes and see the factory and finally meet the people that I've been talking to for the last 4 years. So make sure to take the time to get your manufacturer. And guys, if you are struggling with this, I'm excited to say in our membership for fashion founders, we give you access to our vendor list, to freelance designers, people that can actually help you with your brand. So if you want the help to get your idea to life, you don't want to waste time, you want to work with reputable manufacturers, then click the link in the description. All the info is there on our brand new membership. Okay, now going straight to number 4. Once you have got your samples, you want to make sure to create content with those samples. So do a content shoot. Show the lifestyle of the clothes that you are creating. So for example, you can go out and take some nice photos in a hotel lobby if that is the niche, if that is where your dream customer would go. You can take, if you're doing swimwear, then you want to go to a beach, for example, and actually show your swimwear in context. This is the type of content that you need to do with your samples. I do not want you to order any stock just yet, but you want to try and do lifestyle content. You want to do founder content. So maybe when you are fitting your samples, you are looking at how it fits well, you do content on that day as well. Anything to really show your customer the actual samples, but you want to make sure that visually it is attractive, it is desirable. So the more you can put some time into the models that you use, into the location that you choose to do it in, this is what is going to create some irresistible visuals. Once you have done your content shoot, I need you to post it on TikTok, I need you to post it on Instagram, and you are going to analyze what content keeps on going viral. What styles is everybody asking for? Guys, all you need to make when you start your fashion brand is about 3 to 5 samples. You do not have to make so many different styles. And then once you shoot those styles, you analyze what styles are the most popular. What style has the biggest wait list? When you get your wait list page, you're going to use Shopify because Shopify is hands down the best place to build your store. And there are so many apps where you can get wait lists and you can build a wait list for each product. That way you will be able to see what style is getting the most signups. You don't have to go into production with every single style because that could be a waste of your budget. You want to go into production with the most popular styles. I cannot emphasize this enough. You do not have to go into production with every single style. Analyze your content, figure out what styles are getting the most attention, the most comments, the most DMs. And once you've analyzed that information, then you are ready to go into production. This is where it's all coming together. So remember guys, this is a step-by-step of how you need to launch your fashion brand. And this is what I call the irresistible launch framework. If you launch your brand in this sequence, this is what is going to make it irresistible and give you those sales on day 1. Okay, so you've done your shoot, you've analyzed your content, and you figured out what the most popular styles are. And now you go into production. So you're going to order anywhere between 50 to 100 units depending on how big your wait list is. Okay, it's very important that you don't order too much. I would prefer you to order 50. However, if you have seen that you've got thousands of emails, then of course you can order 100. Then guys, once your stock arrives, it is finally time to launch. You're going to make your Shopify store. There's so many great themes and templates that you can use on Shopify. So this is completely doable. And then you are going to let your email list know that, right, we are ready to launch, guys. We'll be launching in the next week. Once your stock arrives, you want to give it about 7 days or so to really build up that hype with the actual date that you are going live with your first drop. Guys, it's so exciting. I think we launched in August, or was it August 16th? It was either August 16th or August 21st, one of them. And it was just the best feeling when you launch. And then of course you go live and what do you hear? Ding, ching, ching, ching. We love a Shopify ching. It was incredible to see those sales come in. Guys, if you do it like this, right? It is going to ensure that you do not waste your budget, that you validate your idea before going into production, and 3, that you actually get those sales on day 1 of your business. I really hope this has helped you guys, and as I said, I'm so excited because we have a membership, a community for startup fashion founders. If you do not want to go on this journey alone, you want to be coached by myself and my business partner, who is also my sister. You want to have bi-weekly coaching calls and really have the framework to build your fashion brand, taking it from 0 to your first 10K launch, well then I would love to see you in the Brand and Build Fashion membership. All the details are in the description, and I hope this helped.